In a kingdom overflowing with sunshine and laughter lived a tiny gnome named Grumple. Now, Grumple wasn't grumpy by nature, but he did have a bit of a clumsiness problem. His bright red hat was always askew, his oversized boots constantly tripped him up, and his bushy brown beard often got tangled in everything from bushes to tea kettles. The other gnomes chuckled good-naturedly, calling him Grumple the Stumble, a nickname he secretly harbored a fondness for. One sunny morning, determined to impress everyone at the annual kingdom picnic, Grumple decided to bake a pie unlike any other. He ventured deep into the Whispering Woods, where plump purple blueberries so big they looked like marbles grew beneath giggling trees. He collected fluffy white clouds of flour from the bakery run by the jolly flower fairies, and even snagged a handful of singing sunflowers that promised to add a touch of sunshine to the batter. Grumple hummed a silly tune as he mixed, his spoon clinking against the bowl like a tiny bell. But disaster struck. As he reached for the sugar jar, his boot caught on a rug, sending him tumbling headfirst into the flour sack. He emerged looking like a powdered donut, with a dusting of flour even in his bushy beard. The singing sunflowers, instead of a melodious tune, could only manage a series of squeaky giggles. Undeterred, Grumple brushed himself off and continued with his baking. He poured the batter into a pie dish, but his oversized boots made him tiptoe, and with a wobbly step, he accidentally launched the pie dish across the kitchen. Luckily, it landed splat in the middle of a giant, fluffy marshmallow, creating the most magnificent and squishiest pie ever seen. Discouraged but determined, Grumple decided to take a shortcut and hop on his trusty and rather rusty pogo stick to deliver the pie to the picnic. He bounced along the sunny path, singing his silly tune, but his wobbly balance made him veer left and right, bumping into a line of dancing ladybugs and sending them tumbling in a giggling heap. Finally, he reached the picnic meadow, where the kingdom folk were having a grand time. As he presented his pie, everyone burst into laughter. The ladybugs, covered in flour, joined in the fun, and soon the entire meadow was filled with joyful giggles. Grumple, realizing his mistake, couldn't help but laugh along. Though the pie wasn't quite what he planned, it turned out to be the most delicious and squishiest marshmallow treat anyone had ever tasted. The ladybugs, covered in flour, became Grumple's new friends, and the kingdom learned that a little clumsiness could lead to big laughs and unexpected joy. From that day on, Grumple embraced his clumsiness, his laughter echoing through the kingdom like a joyful melody. He even used his mishaps as inspiration. Grumple started a new tradition at the annual picnic, the Clumsy Creatures Contest, where everyone, from the king to the smallest gnome, could celebrate their funny stumbles and share a good laugh. And so, the kingdom continued to thrive, filled with sunshine, laughter, and the occasional, but always hilarious, mishap, all thanks to Grumple, the clumsiest and happiest gnome in the land. Extras. The Whispering Woods were rumored to be home to a mischievous but friendly pixie named Pip, who loved playing pranks on anyone who entered. Perhaps Pip had a hand in making the sunflowers sing silly instead of sweetly. The flower fairies, known for their generosity, might have sprinkled Grumple with a touch of extra luck, ensuring his pie would still be delicious despite the mishap. The Clumsy Creatures contest became a highlight of the picnic. The king, known for his tendency to trip over his own royal robe, might have won the first year, much to everyone's amusement, including the king himself. Conclusion: Grumple's story reminds us that sometimes the most unexpected things can turn into the greatest joys. It's okay to be clumsy, as long as we can laugh at ourselves and share the fun with others. After all, a kingdom filled with laughter is a kingdom that truly shines.